Hello.
Hello.
All right. How is everyone doing?
Pretty good.
I've tired.
Yeah, winter's hard. I'm remembering why I'm so tired in winter. What are you guys planning to do in the sprints? Are you reading? What are you doing?
I'm going to be reading our book.
Nice. I'm yet to start.
I'll probably continue gaming. My game is literally like paused on the TV, like on the right of me. So probably just continue gaming.
What are you gaming? Like, what's the game?
I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West.
I've not heard of that one.
It's basically like an open world kind of sandbox style, which I really like. And then it's basically you have one main storyline, and then you do, at least I do, a lot of different things around the main storyline to, be playing it for as long as possible.
What about you, FMK?
I should probably be reading, but I'm just so not invested in the Bone Shard Emperor. Like, I don't care. I don't even know why. Like, I want to read, but I'm like I said, I'm just not invested in the Bone Shard Emperor, and it's not helping me pick up the book because I'm still on like chapter 7. So it's not going so well here.
Good.
I'm sorry.
Maybe
I wish I could say it gets better, but I have no clue if you would enjoy this book in general. So
yeah, like we already talked about it in the discussion. I fear that I'm going to be left disappointed in the sense that it will be like a 2 or 3 star book at most, which probably also doesn't help in finding my motivation to actually read it. Plus, the reviews I've seen for the third one aren't that great in general. So I'm kind of afraid it's going to pull like what's it called, a Foundry side.
I guess we could coin that now, right? Pulling a Foundry side.
I'm so scared to read that series now. Honestly, I have the first book, but I'm just
read the first book. It's fantastic.
And
like you can read the second one because I think it was fine, not as great as the first one, but I feel like stop there because I just don't feel like the ending is worth it. But
fair enough.
I mean, I'm glad I read it all. I mean, it does get weird, but like maybe you like the weird.
I actually appreciated the weird like a little bit for the third Foundry side book because it was like almost spiritual kind of.
Yeah. Considering Esme and I are very much twinsies in what we like and don't like in books, I really fear that she's not going to like it.
Fair enough.
Probably not. I mean, yeah. I think there's literally books that I'm putting off because you don't like them and vice versa, so
yeah. Definitely, yeah. But it's like, but I feel guilty because like I want to read, but I have to read like the Bone Shard Emperor and everything first. So I'm just not reading because I have to read it and I don't feel like reading that, so I just don't read.
I feel like
how about a middle grade then?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you've done both live shows without having read it, so you don't actually have to read it if you don't want to. Like,
I know, but I kind of like a goal for myself this year was actually reading the books, at least before the live show or like in general. And so far, it's not going well. But I'm guessing I can be like the chaotic good person that's just there for vibes.
Fair enough.
If I can give you one recommendation, though, it's a really quick book. It's the what's the first book? The Haunting of Evelyn Jones. It's a trilogy. They're really, really good. I actually listened to all 3 of them, I don't know, like a week ago. Or at least I finished the third one a week ago. They're so good. They're so much fun. They're not too complicated. They're not too in-depth, but they're really, really good. And maybe that can help you get out of a reading slump.
At this point, the reading slump's been there for like 3 years, so... But as long as you guys won't be angry at me for not finishing another book, then I might just do that because
Yeah, no
I don't know.
point putting yourself in a slump.
But it's like I'm not hating it, and I feel like I would like this book if I read it at another point, maybe.
Mhm.
But just right now, I don't feel like reading this book.
I don't know, Femke. Like I've been having similar problems, and then I started reading the Empire of Silence. I feel like I needed something heavier, like that really like invested me into the world, like that it took me like a little while to get into.
That for me, like I need something that I'm invested in, and I at this point don't even care what it is. I'm like this close to just reading the Da Vinci Code again.
Yeah.
Just to get something that I'm invested in. But it's like I have no idea what I'm in the mood for, and that makes finding what to read a bit difficult.
What about a Lady Taylor book, Femke?
Yeah, but it's like the one that I still have to read is one I don't really feel like reading, and then I'll be rereading, and I'm like, do I want to reread when I have like 500 unread books on my shelves? It's.
Yeah, I mean, desperate times.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know what I do whenever I have to. I'm in a slump, so.
Yeah, you reread The Wrath of Dawn, and I mean, you got pretty new editions to boot, so.
Yeah. They're not here, though. Actually, I went to my parents to go and pick them up, and then I actually picked up my Christmas tree, and I forgot my books.
I'm so sorry, but I'm not even surprised.
I have a Christmas tree now, though.
Yay! I have a rack of laundry where my Christmas tree is going to go. So,
I mean, fair enough. Yeah.
Maybe put lights on that.
Just give up on the clothes. Yeah. Just quickly say hi. Hello.
Hi, Tufty.
Hello.
As queens, we should make him serve Tavish.
Hello.
Yes. I like that. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
I'm just having currently cooking a massive vat of chili. Grabbed some stuff from the garden. Added a few things I'm missing, leaving it to bubble away all afternoon.
Nice.
That sounds wonderful.
That sounds good.
Have 4 books I need to read this month. I have completed one, started another, and have already detoured onto something else completely different.
Yeah.
Isn't that a mood?
Have not started on the Bone Shard War, which I also have not.
I have.
Nice.
Not far into it, but I've started it.
I read the first chapter.
Nice.
I think I read like 6 chapters.
I'll go with the audiobook again, but I need to finish the Iron Flame, the second book, and Fourth Wing first before I do.
I actually asked for Fourth Wing for my for Christmas, so I'm holding off on reading Fourth Wing because I don't ask that many books for Christmas. So I'm guessing that one. Yeah, probably. I hope.
I mean, the last couple of years, your parents bought all the books that you put on your list.
Yeah, fun story about that actually. My mom, at one point, they always asked me for you know what's coming. My parents always ask me for a Christmas list, and she always says, just put 5 books on there so we have a variety to choose from. Well, my mom just goes, okay, copy and paste all, and just order. But that's not the funniest thing. My parents at one point, my mom rather, she actually accidentally ordered the books 3 times. So then she had 15 books, and my dad was like, yeah, you are never allowed to play with a credit card again.
I think that was Book Depository, right? And she was like,
that was Book Depository.
Did this go through? So she just clicked order again.
I mean, I do have to say that the order was actually not in her order history, and also she didn't get an email confirming that she had actually placed the order, so... Yeah. Though she should have probably checked the bank to see whether it had gone through. It was not completely my mom's fault, in her defense.
Yeah.
Wow. And it means I just got all those books as well, because instead of sending them back, I just purchased them from Esme's mom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It was really funny.
Love that. I'm trying to go TBR free, so I pick when I want to read it rather than having an obligation.
Yeah, but
That's a good point.
I've been trying. What I end up with is like 5 books that I've started, and then I don't want to read any of them. So
yeah, and for me, this is stressful because I have like 500 unread books, and then I don't know where to start, and I just keep staring at my shelves, like, where do I start? And then I proceed to not read anything and just watch, I don't know, an episode of Bones or something.
I need to read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes since that movie's out so I can go watch it.
Oh my god, I just reread it and I just saw the movie yesterday and I literally just filmed my review as just before this.
Nice.
Have you read it at all or is this a reread?
It'd be my first time. I have it. It's on my shelf.
Isn't that a mood? It's on my shelf, but...
Am I the only one that also struggles with the fact that you just want to, you're in a mood to read, but not in a mood to physically read and sit down and just want to listen to an audiobook. And then all the audiobooks that you want to listen to because you have the physical book are not available as audiobooks. So you just actually read an entirely different books. And so, your physical TBR never goes down. That's just.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The comment here. I keep buying more manga and comics because I keep trying to keep myself out of the reading slump. And then I add to my TBR. That's my toxic trait, and I'm owning it.
It's a never-ending cycle here. We're never getting out of the TBR.
But the thing is, like, reading books and buying them are 2 completely separate hobbies.
It is, yeah.
I have bought a single book since June. 1.
Wow.
Nice.
Any formats or physically?
Are you ill?
Just
do you have a fever?
No, I canceled all my subscriptions in June or July, because I was getting super overwhelmed with everything, and I canceled all my pre-orders except for 2, because they are the 3rd book in a trilogy that I want to match. So I decided not to cancel those, and then I just bought my first book last week.
Nice.
And it was like,
which one did you buy?
This big. Thornhedge, I think it's called, by Nettle and Bone, House with Good Bones.
Yep, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
D. Kingfisher.
So it's a middle grade?
I don't think it's a middle grade, but it's just super tiny. Let me just go pick it up.
My NetGalley is a disaster, too. Like, I have so many unread books on my NetGalley.
I haven't opened NetGalley in a year, I think. Just solely for that reason, because there's books that I had arcs for that weren't released and have been released for about a year now. And I now just bought the physical book for them because I feel bad for not having read the arc and I'm wanting to, at least review the arc. So I now bought the physical book to at least, support the author. And I still haven't read the physical releases either.
Oh, yeah. I've got like 20 unread and I'm like...
Oh, so I love that cover.
That is cute.
And it is literally this big.
Mm-hmm.
I just read something from her. It was The Seventh Bride, which was like a YA. It was pretty good.
I have the Twisted Ones, The Hollow Places, Nettle and Bone, What Moves the Dead, A House with Good Bones, and now this one. And I have not read a single thing.
I loved What Moves the Dead. House of the Good Bones was okay.
This is like 125 pages. So,
I've added it to my TBR. Thank you very much, Femke. I did not need that. But
that was needed.
Sorry.
I just realized that I'd never even updated my Goodreads. And I still have to add 2 more books that I did read. I just haven't looked them.
I have no idea if my Goodreads is completely up to date because I don't know what I read. I
am
am 4 books behind schedule. So that's good.
How many?
4.
That's doable. That's okay. Just some small.
What's your goal for this year, Femke?
I think I put it at 50. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like last year, I put it at 1 so as to not pressure myself into reading, but then that didn't work. So I figured, like, let's not pressure myself too much to read. So I put it at 50, and now I'm like, eh. So I'll probably put it just at 10 next year or something.
That's
I've
smart.
got like 123 goal. Because I wanted to match the year, but I think I need to stop with this year because I'm like, it's gonna get out of hand eventually. It'll be like 100.
Yeah.
At some point, yeah.
I mean, I put mine at 50, so I have since passed my goal, but I would like to get to 100, and I'm now on 90, so I think I could be able to do that. Might be able to.
Depends on the books you read, honestly.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of middle grades at the end of this year, and like detectives and all of that, because I'm now currently reading Rumble Star, which is really fun, actually. I'm really into middle grades, and I'm listening to that, and I then have to finish The Emperor's War. So that's already 2, so that's 2 down and 8 more to go. So I think I should be able to do that, but we'll see.
Nice short audiobook or something. Always a vibe.
I was supposed to have read 100 because that was my goal. I'm on 71. I'm
71. That's still very good, though.
You could still do it.
Yeah, I probably should just sit down because I have some box sets of manga. Like, I probably should sit down like and just binge read those.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough, right?
Yeah. I've got Demon Slayer. I've been kind of lying a little bit. So.
Sounds good.
That's cool.
I'm on 112, so I'm 4 books ahead of schedule, which is good.
Nice.
December's always rough. So. Yeah. I think I had such a strong start to the year that it kind of made up for all the not so great month, if I had any.
That's awesome. I always feel like Christmas time is one of those times where you just, at least I do, I sit down more with a cup of tea and a good book than outside. That sounds very reclusive.
My best month. You know, December can be busy because you're like with your family or whatnot, and like work can be busy because it's end of year. Whereas January is like everyone's kind of like, let's just chill. So that's why I like my best month last year was like January. It was like insane.
I have a week off next week, and I am so excited for it.
Awesome.
Because I am tired.
I mean, it's long overdue, honestly.
Yeah. I was going to like save it for next year, but then I was like, nah, fuck it. I would just take that 1 week that I still have for this year and use it this year.
I mean, that's
I'm going to India for a wedding for 10 days, and I'm so excited.
Yeah. Where do you meet all these people who have weddings in India and Australia and all
I know.
Australia was my fiance's cousin because they live in Australia. And this is weirdly enough my childhood friend from my middle of nowhere little town in Poland who's marrying an Indian guy who lives in Chennai in Tamil Nadu in India. So we're going to India. I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah, but we have like 2 days. We're just going to chill by the pool and then we're going to do sightseeing because we're quite busy at work and stuff. So I'm like doing a reread of Twilight with a friend. So I'm taking my library book. I'm going to sit by the pool and read Twilight. And I'm like, don't want anyone looking at me funny because this is my time.
Nice.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
If it's hardcover, you can put like a little like a stretchy jacket over it. Nobody will see.
No, be like, don't look at me.
I just really want that feeling back when, like, from when I first read Twilight, you know, when I didn't have all this experience, like 15 years ago when Twilight first came out and it was the world.
That's true.
You know, in the time, the good old time of Twilight, and then Vampire Diaries and Divergent and what else? City of Bones and everything.
Yeah.
The good old times.
I actually was talking about this with my boyfriend yesterday because we were watching the original The Hunger Games movie. I don't know. I was triggered. I don't know why. Probably because of the new movie that's just been released. And I was like, this was just peak young adult dystopian back then. Having all of these, like the Maze Runner, the Hunger Games, like Divergent, all of those, like, and then on the other side, you had the entire, like, the Fallen series and the Vampire Academy series and all of that, like the Twilight side. It was just peak young adult for me.
Yeah.
I'm still kind
of...
Sorry, go ahead.
This is why I enjoy Fourth Wing, because it felt like it's an adult, but it felt kind of like those, like, teens save the whole world and it's like the drama and dragons, and I was like, I just needed to be happy for a while. It's not a very happy book, actually. You're gonna hurt, but like I just felt that nostalgia. It was really nice.
Yeah, I'm still kind of miffed I don't still have the like Fallen, but I got rid of that series because it was 6 books and I had it in 5 different editions, and it bothered me so much that I just got rid of it.
That's wild.
It's like, how even? Like 6 books and 5 like different editions. There were 2 that were the same edition, but the rest was all different. I was like, no.
It's very impressive that they had that many editions.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Okay, let me just catch up on some comments so we can. Might complete my entire physical TBR before I die if mine were under 500 books. See, it's never gonna happen because there's new books coming out every year. So.
Yeah. Oh, and there's I found a list of books like series like that would be good for like prospects for next year, like that are finishing up. And there's some good ones on that list for next year.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I
actually I made an entire digital reading journal for next year, and I want to do the 24 books for 2024 kind of challenges and like a book bingo and all that. And I just I can already feel that I will put 24 books on there and then read like 1 or 2.
I did that with like the 12 books by 12 friends for 12 months challenge this year. I feel like I read maybe 3, maybe, but I don't remember which books were on there. So
I just completely skipped that one this year because I knew myself it was not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Well, I'm saying now I'm not going to do it, but knowing myself, like probably on like the 29th of December, I'll decide, oh, well, fuck it, I am going to do it. But then proceed to, again, read like maybe 3. Maybe.
Yeah, I just finished, I'm not filmed it yet, but I wrote like the 24 books I want to read for 24 new releases. And I'm like, that's a lot of books, that is. It's quite a few.
Yeah, like also like 24 is quite a lot because like back when 2010 or something, you know, it was 10 books to read in 2010. Like that's doable, but like right now you're at like 25, and if you read 50 books, then that's already half the books you're going to read the entire year. And it's like, but what about the other 500 books on my shelves?
Yeah.
I would say take a year off and just read continuously. No sleep, just read continuously, and then maybe, just maybe, by the end of the year, no more TBR.
I don't think my boss would agree.
Nah.
Sabbatical. What's the reason?
If maybe you win the lottery, then maybe.
Yeah, supermarkets close in like 1.5 hours. Might have to go get my ticket before that.
Okay. Tufty says, trimmed down my subscriptions a few years ago, got everything under control, marveled at how much money I was saving, and started adding Patreon and the other subs again. Oops. But 5 books since July, but also have my uncle buy me books again.
I did get books for my birthday, but I didn't buy those myself. That's Esme's fault.
Aw.
Yeah, I got you quite a few.
Yeah. But I didn't buy any myself except for this one.
No.
Good. Goal was 40 books to reduce pressure. Now I will probably hit 50. I'm surfing just below 60 as of right now. Oh my god, that's amazing. Congrats. Like, I know that's really good.
But I think, Tufty, like during Cleo's game night-a-thon, you read a lot of books. I think that was like July, and you read a lot. So I think that's part of the reason why you've read so many now.
Yeah. You old. I surpassed my goal 50 by 3 so far. So to be fair, I didn't read for about 3 months. That's really good then, if this is without 3 months.
Yeah.
Melting in the summer, therefore no reading. I don't know. I love in the summer, like lie down in the park and just read.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I go
have a week between like Christmas and New Year's off, so it only costs me 3 days, and then I'm off for 10. So I'm like so excited to just maybe just relax and like read for the rest of the year. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I have between Christmas and New Year's off because like our company closes, like everyone's off, so it's like focus, and we come back and everyone was off, so it's nothing to do. Tafty was off on holiday last week, also off this coming week too.
Nice.
First holidays of the year. Damn, nice.
Whoa. Well, that's long overdue then.
Yeah.
Shying away from readathons and list-based reading in 2024 have so many outstanding reading challenges on the story graph that are very incomplete. I hope you join our little read along, whatever we end up reading.
Yeah.
July Gainathon got me 15 small books.
Yeah, you were on fire that month.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That is impressive.
That Skyward series by Brandon Sanderson just finished this month. Also, yes, they just came out with the last book, and I'm like, okay, that means I'm gonna like that's probably on my TBR for like next year, so I can just binge read all of them. And I also have like the short stories, like the 3 short stories that they came out like with. So I'm looking forward to that like for next year because I loved the first one. It was so good.
I've not read it. Have you guys?
Probably.
I read the first one, and I really enjoyed it. Actually, I thought it was really refreshing.
Brandon Sanderson is mostly sci-fi, right?
Yeah, this is sci-fi but young adult, and it's really readable in that sense.
Yeah. That's probably why I haven't read it. I shy away from hello
boyfriend.
Any type of sci-fi. Femke said hi.
Oh, hi.
Not sure if I should call that the name.
I'm not allowed to talk. I'm allowed to shut up.
Hello.
It's not true.
I didn't know if I could call out the name or not. I'm not sure if he wants to be known on the internet, so that's why I just shouted boyfriend.
It's fine.
I'm going back in my dungeon now.
You don't have a dungeon. Your apartment's literally just the one
This
room.
is why I want a bigger house. So
great.
I could just sit upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you can avoid the slander.
Yeah.
All right.
So everybody thinks I'm a bad person. Yay.
All right, it's been almost half an hour. Should we do our first sprint? Oh, so I've not said what I'm reading. So I'm in the middle of 0 Days by Ruth Ware, and I started Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. So I think I'll be alternating, but maybe start with this.
Nice.
Awesome. Do you guys want to do 45? Do you want to do less, more?
I'm good with 45. Gives me
45
some time to figure out what I'm going to read.
You'd be like for 40 minutes sitting there, like wondering the last 5 minutes.
I actually made, it's like, it's not really a bucket. It's like fabric, but it's like a bowl with like flips in it that have like simple prompts, you know, big book, small book, like not extremely specific to help me guide picking something. So I might just, it was actually for another idea, but I might just pick a slip from that and see where it takes me.
That could be good, yeah. I need guidance, so I love doing things like that. It's like at least you have some kind of.
I'll bring it.
I took it out of library months ago, and I've been postponing returning it. So I'm like, I think it's time.
Yeah, I can just bring it on screen.
Also, this is Tafty's reaction to Assassin's Apprentice. Yes, I have been convinced. I went to YALC, Young Adult Literature Convention, and I went with Hannon, and she was like, "You need to read this. Buy it right now." I was like, "Okay," so I did because it was like £3.
Nice.
I have the trilogy too, and I need to read those.
So far, it's really good, but I'm like, why is it so miserable already? I've barely read anything. It's already.
I heard that she puts her character, like that Robin Hobb puts her characters through the ringer, and it's just to be expected.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't want to read it. I'm scared.
Well, better to not want to read it because you're scared, because that means you're invested, than to not want to read it because you just don't care.
For sure. I do agree with that.
Apathy is the true villain.
We literally was just talking to Hannon about this yesterday. Like, the worst thing a book can be is boring.
Yeah.
If it's bad, at least you're entertained. You have something to talk about.
At least you have feelings about it. When you read a book, you just put it away and go, "Meh." That's the worst.
Yeah, I have to say I wasn't entertained for one particular book because that just made me angry. But at least I had feelings.
I think that's better than apathy. I agree.
Yeah.
Well,
I was
definitely not apathetic for that one.
Are there any more Hob books coming out so that you all can read more?
I think there's like 20 Hob books, right?
Oh my gosh, you read them! You read them all. That is impressive.
There's a lot of them.
Thank you for welcoming me to your family. I will. I am really enjoying it. It's like so well written. It's just like I'm like, oh, I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
Oh no.
I'm like,
That's the worst feeling when you're just anticipating something to happen to your favorite character, and then the moment you think, "Oh, we're safe," they're not safe. It's like,
yeah,
that was me when reading Muse of Nightmares. Remember?
yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm doing a
I
reread.
remember the City of Brass, Empire of Gold did me in. Yeah.
I need to
I
read
warned
those.
you.
Yeah, I need
They're,
to. Yeah.
I think they are by far my favorite trilogy I've ever read.
I was crying so hard at the end of Empire of Storms, but it was not because it was like a bad ending or because it was like super painful or whatever, but it was just, I think it was genuinely such a good ending. And I was like, it's not even that bad, but it's like the end. I'm like, I was sobbing, like actual sobbing.
Do you mean Empire of Gold or Empire of Storms?
Empire of Gold. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're really hyping me up because I read the first book, loved it. Read second, did not like it, and then I was like, I'm scared.
Can I propose that we at one point just do that trilogy?
I need motivation to finish.
If you guys want me back, that is.
Now, right? Like a short story out.
It's actually a collection of short stories that happen sort of as prequels and sort of throughout the story as well. But I do think, me personally, I enjoyed reading those after all three of them, so you don't get any spoilers.
There's also a couple that take place after the third book.
Yeah, that's true. They actually do give you, I think, spoiler warnings for when you should read certain stories. So I think there's a couple where they say, okay, you can read these after you've read the first book, and then a couple where they say, okay, you can read this after you've read the second, and then a couple that you can read after the third, or a couple that you can just generally read because it's more lore than anything else.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
yeah, I'd be up for it because I just like a second book scared me for reading the third. But I don't remember what I didn't like about it because it's been years. So I'm like, yeah.
The audiobooks are just as good. I think I listened to most of those on audio and they're just wonderful.
Ooh.
It's getting dark outside, Tufty. It's not fully dark, but definitely getting there.
All right, let me pull up the thing.
To be fair, it looks darker at Esme's place, and we're in the same country, so.
Yeah, that's because all the windows, like all the curtains are closed.
Are you guys ready to go?
It's a
read for bits?
Yes.
Oh, I pressed it. Oh, good. There you go. All right, see you in 45.
See ya.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
All right. How did you guys do? Did you read in the end?
Yes, I did.
Nice. What did you pick up in the end? Oh, nice. Your power, Esme.
Yeah. No, I actually did the thingy. I made like all these paper slips that have like, they're kind of like reading prompts, but they're really simple. Like this one just says blue, so a blue book. So and they're all kind of like that. I just have them with colors like A through Z, standalone, duology, series, middle grade, young adult, adult, just year of releases, TBR vet,
So what did you pull to get the haunting?
I got small book. Well, it's a small books, but small book. And for small book, I count anything under 250 pages, and this is like 211. So
Nice. Is it good so far?
yeah, we're still on the introductory part, but it's enjoyable.
Good. What about you, Kira?
I've been reading The Bone Shard War, and I'm up to page 40.
Nice. Esme, did you play your game?
Yeah. It's just fun. It's just fun running around and doing that kind of things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I read like 37 pages.
Nice.
I'm on page 174.
Are you
Nice.
enjoying the book so far?
I am. So I love Roofware. I really like Turning of the Key, and like that was the first one I read from her. But this one's very different. It's like about basically a fugitive. So it's very like ticking clock, running around. It's not really my type of thriller. Like if it wasn't Roofware, I never would have picked it up. If that makes sense. Like the synopsis doesn't really. It's about this woman who works in like testing security, and her husband's killed, and she thinks she's being framed for his murder, so she like goes on the run basically, which like it's okay, but again it's just not my thing, but it's well written and it's like easy to read, so like enjoying it.
Nice.
That's nice.
Oh.
Are you enjoying the Bone Shard War so far, Kira?
There's something like that's going on like right now that's kind of bugging me.
Right.
Oh no. I'm scared now.
Just because logically to me, like given history and stuff, it just isn't making sense. It's not mathing to me. So
yeah.
Interesting. I'm curious to talk about it and read it because I've not started, so I have no clue.
Me too.
The point with me with like the Bone Shard series basically that I'm like very interested in the lore and like how the magic works and all that, but I'm just not interested in all the politics, and I feel like we get a lot of the politics.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. What about everyone in the chat? Did you read? What did you do? It got so cold. I'm just like having my tea.
Nice.
See, I keep bringing this up, but like my brain is like literally obsessed with the Sun Eater series. There's, like, so it's really political, but there's also like a lot of, it is a science fiction fantasy, but it is really immersive too. So I actually don't mind all the politics because I feel like the politics are super like well laid out in it.
Yeah. See, like for me, that's kind of the point, because in this book, I don't care about the politics. Like, if I care about the politics, then that's fine. But I just don't with these. And I'm not sure why, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And I just don't care about Falu and Ranami. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the romances in this have been emotionally well built, honestly.
Not even the romance. I just don't particularly care about their characters.
Yeah.
I mostly care about Mephi and Tharana.
Yeah. Yep.
I
The
mean,
animals.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'm the same way. Like though, I was watching like a clip of Frozen 2 the earlier, and I realized like my favorite character from that was the fire lizard from Frozen 2.
I haven't watched Frozen 2, but for me, generally, I like the companions, the animal companions best.
Yeah.
Me too.
Like Rapunzel, the chameleon.
Oh my God. Pascal.
Yeah.
Mushu. Honest,
Mushu,
100%
yeah.
Mushu.
Honestly, Hey Hey and Pua from Moana. I relate to the chicken at this moment in time, but
I mean, true. Same.
Oh,
yeah.
that scene like where he's on the boat, like he's looking
Yeah.
around and he's screaming. Yeah, like what was it? Somebody like I saw the video that somebody had made, like me like looking around at my TBR pile.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, someone actually made like not book related, but one about like the current situation in the Netherlands is like housing crisis, student debt, no political parties that are good. It's just like just screech.
Mm-hmm.
I relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's not forget about the reindeer in Frozen.
Yes.
Sven. It's called Sven, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I always get confused whether Sven is the reindeer or Sven's the guy.
No, the guy's Kristoff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
I always
Yeah.
get them confused. My favorite character from Frozen is the guy with like a yoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
Big summer blowout. I mean, Hey Hey is definitely my spirit animal.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, I think nothing will ever beat Mushu. But he has the benefit of speaking, whereas like some of these can't. So.
I also really like Sebastian from The Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing that like I feel like the movie was a bit like I still like Sebastian, but I think he's just so good in the cartoon versus the live action.
I haven't seen the live action.
I've seen it like 3 times. I love it, but I was like, they did Flounder dirty. I was like, Flounder's actually like really cool, and he like helps a lot. And why are you like giving him nothing to do?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was a bit sad.
I also like the walrus and the penguin duo from the second Little Mermaid movie. I don't know if you guys ever watched that one.
Yes.
But yeah, they those two are kind of my spirit animal as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to say the walrus for physique and the penguin for personality.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Are you excited? Are you gonna go see the new Disney movie Wish?
I want to.
At some point, probably, but I didn't even know that it was coming out until like yesterday, because I saw an ad on TikTok.
Yeah, same. I do want to watch it, but I'm like, am I determined enough to go to the cinema versus just watch it on Disney Plus? I was thinking the raccoon in Pocahontas. He was so cute.
Yeah, and also Flit, the hummingbird.
Yes.
What's the raccoon's name?
Miko.
Miko. Yes, thank you.
It's a kid.
Yeah, I think the conclusion we have is that like basically all the animal companions in Disney are great.
They are. It's one of their. I think they have like the magical formula. Is like the companion.
Was there one in Encanto?
I only watched
companion.
The house, I think.
Yeah. Casita.
Yeah.
Other than that, I wouldn't know.
Yeah. I don't think she has like an animal companion as such.
No, probably not.
And like in the realm, I think like Olaf is like almost. It's like Clef. He's not an animal companion from Countryside, but like in spirit, a little bit.
Yeah,
Well,
he gives animal companion.
in Warbreaker, there's a sword, a sword like that has like consciousness and stuff, a talking sword called Nightblood. Same cleft energy. Like if you guys like clef, you guys would probably like the sword from Nightblood from Warbreaker, Brandon Sanderson.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to read those. I think my friend's like getting rid of a bunch of Brandon Sanderson books he has. So I was like, give them to me. I don't know when I'll read them, but I'll read them.
Yes. Yeah.
Give him to Mama.
Oh my god, the Firefly from The Princess and the Frog.
I have never watched The Princess and the Frog.
What? It's so good though.
It's pretty good though.
I probably should, but then I just rewatch Mulan.
Same.
Or Moana.
I do love the Princess and the Frog. It's one of my absolute favorites, actually.
Really
Yeah.
good.
Out of the recent ones, I want to say my favorite is just Tangled.
Mm.
I think this. I don't know if it's a recent one, but I definitely want to say Princess and the Frog. I really like Mama Odie as well.
That's a good one. I think my favorite is Mulan, but
yeah, my favorite too. But that one's not recent, so
no, it's not. Yeah.
I'm still a Stitch fan, even though Stitch is the main character. He's still Lilo's side companion, so
yeah, Stitch is an animal companion. We count it.
Alien companion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Me too. I want to try her beignets.
Oh yes.
I remember several years back we went to Cafe du Monde in New Orleans, and their beignets are so good. I would imagine like they're similar to that.
I tried my first one when I visited New York, and it was so good. And I'm like, this is just some random place in middle of nowhere, New York. I'm sure, like, if you go to like proper places, it's even better. And they were already so good. So I was like,
Yeah.
Warm sprinkled donuts.
Cricky.
Yes.
He's so cute. Him and Grandma, best combo ever.
Yeah. Also, Mushu at one point just going, "You lied to me. You're not a lucky cricket."
Dishonor to you, dishonor to your family, dishonor to your cow.
Dishonor. Take a note of this.
Yeah, I love that.
It's the one Disney movie I will, without a fail, watch in my native language. All the other ones I watch in English, but that one, no. This is the hill I would die on.
Yeah, I feel like I grew up watching them in Polish, and most of them I've never seen in English. And I'm always like, oh, but the dubbing in Polish is so good. Like, I'm sure there's jokes I'm missing, but there's also new jokes. So it's like...
Exactly.
I don't even know what language I watch Mulan and everything in. I honestly think I just watch them in English now.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah, Mulan's the only one.
But I don't
watch
know. Like, I think, but I don't know.
It's like an unconscious decision.
Yeah.
The tiger and the carpet from Aladdin, that's also good.
Yeah.
Raja is just such a cutie.
I need a Raja in my life as an attack cat.
I have a Raja Funko Pop.
That's awesome.
I'm sure they don't attack, but you know.
Yeah. I genuinely don't know what language I watch them in nowadays. Because like we used to have the Dutch versions on like VHS. We still have them. We don't have a VHS player anymore, but we have the VHS tapes. But I don't know if I think I watched them in English, but I'm not sure.
I guess if your Disney Plus is like already in English, probably. Unless you don't watch it on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch it on Disney Plus, but my parents also use that, so sometimes they change the language settings. So it's always a surprise what language comes on.
I mean, fair enough.
Oh my god, how could we forget?
Yeah.
To be fair, though, are these animal companions if the entire cast is animals?
True.
Good point.
I
Also,
mean,
don't forget
if we
the flying
count
little
Stitch,
Pegasus from Hercules.
Oh my god.
if we count Stitch as an animal companion, then we will definitely count Timon and Pumbaa as an animal companion. But just for the sake of philosophy, is it an animal companion if the entire cast is an animal?
I think so, because it basically is the Lion King, so it's about Simba. So basically, like,
They're companions and they're animals.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's
No, I know what you mean.
but yeah, the Pegasus.
The
Yeah,
horse from
Maximus.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's so many good animal companions.
Yes.
yeah.
It's still my favorite. What is your favorite animal companion in a book then?
I'm suddenly blanking on all books that I've ever read.
Yeah. That's a big question.
At this point, I feel like Clay, but Clay is not really an animal companion. But
I'm gonna say Ragtooth from Heather Fawcett's all the something with lights, stars. I don't know.
even the darkest stars, even the darkest stars, and all the wandering light.
Hey, at least I was right on those two things. But yeah, Ragtooth is a fox, and I think he's one of the best animal companions.
You know,
just being a menace, honestly.
I feel like there's gonna be amazing animal companions in here because he can speak to animals. There was a dog so far, but we got rid of the dog, which was really not fun for me. But I've from what I've heard, in the world of paints, I think there's gonna be some good ones.
I still have my feelings hurt over this one, but John Gwynne, the wolf.
Yeah.
Can we not do spoilers, please?
No, I'm not spoiling. I'm just saying I'm still hurt over this.
The wolf was so good.
Yeah. Oh, so like they have that it's a show, Lessons in Chemistry on Apple Plus. I read the book last year. This kind of reminds me, like, I love the dog. The dog's name is 630.
630.
And they have chapters in that book told completely from the dog's perspective. And the dog actually understood like a certain amount of vocabulary. And it was kind of great because the show actually kind of incorporated, there was a short introduction to where 630 came from his perspective. So they didn't completely leave it out in the show either. But that kind of reminds me of that. So
that's so cute.
The show's really good, by the way, if you enjoyed the book.
I've not read it, but I've seen some scenes. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Wait, do we count dragons as animal companions?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Aragon then. Well, not Aragon himself, but the dragon. What was he called? Saphira? I think so. Yeah.
It's a movie, but Dragonheart.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
No.
Just looking at my shelves to see if inspiration strikes. I feel like when I was like, maybe when we were younger, like a lot of books had, well, there was more dragons, or maybe I was reading stuff with more dragons, but I feel like they had more animal companions than what I'm reading right now.
I mean, the middle grade I'm reading right now actually has an animal companion, so.
I'm very fond of the polar bear from the Polar Bear Explorers Club as an animal companion. It's basically like a 10-year-old girl with just a polar bear as a pet, and like not a small one, an adult one.
There was one young adult series that had a very good animal companion as well. It was the Starfell series. I don't remember what exactly the kind of animal companion it is, but he is actually, I think he's like a boggart or something, but he's actually sort of half cat.
No,
so when
do
you
not
call him
a cat, he is not a cat.
He gets angry. He's like, I is not a cat. It's very funny.
Yeah, it's the Starfell series by Dominic Valente, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Valente. Oh. And it's like, I think it's a kobold.
Yeah, it's a kobold. That's what it is.
And his name is Oswald.
Oh, he's the best.
And he just pretends he's not a cat, but he looks like a cat.
Yeah. He's orange, like a tabby cat. And then when someone calls him a tabby cat, he gets angry. And if you keep telling him that he's a cat, he goes, I is the monster under the bed. And then he gets angry and then he explodes.
Yeah.
With a villain song, what AOL just said, we also, it's not technically a Disney movie, but we had like In the Dark of the Night in the Anastasia movie.
Yes.
Oh, Anastasia's the Like
True, but I think Anastasia came way before this one.
I know, but
because-
it's still
yeah.
an amazing villain song.
Yeah, true. I agree
it's
that
not
there's not a
Disney.
lot of great ones anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very like, let's not do proper villains. So it's hard. Sorry.
That was really loud. At least on my laptop it was.
Speaking
Yeah, little
of,
for me too.
Ewald said something about Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service, which reminds me like that The Boy and the Heron's coming out in a few weeks, which is the newest Studio Ghibli film, and I'm so excited.
That is exciting.
Oh, with Studio Ghibli, I have to be in the mood. Unless it's Howl, then Howl's Moving Castle is wonderful.
I'm obsessed. I actually ended up buying like the trilogy. I know like the second book doesn't have them in it, but I know the third book does, and I'm desperate to read those.
I've only read Howl so far, and it's really, I loved it.
Me too.
I have never watched a Studio Ghibli movie in my life.
Wow.
Howl's Moving Castle.
So good.
I haven't read Howl's Moving Castle either, or watched it.
I'm
getting
watched it at
disowned?
some point, probably, right?
Sorry?
We've probably watched it at some point.
No.
Because I watch it often.
Yeah, I've never watched it.
Oh. Fair enough.
Am I getting disowned out of this group now?
No.
No.
To be fair, I've seen Howl's Moving Castle when I was a kid, and I loved it, but I was also really scared of it. And then I only seen like 2 since when I was like an adult, so it's never too late.
I mean, you have time to watch it, so.
I've seen
but then we get to the same point we get before. I just don't know what to do, and I just start rewatching The Mummy or something.
I'm pretty sure we've watched that a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole bisexual, like,
yeah.
field day.
Yeah.
I mean, people are mummy sexual in that too, because that guy's kind of hot.
When he's not in his mummy face, yes, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good movie. I need to rewatch it. So good.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long while.
The first one's still the best one, though. I mean, I do like the other 2. Not the new one. That one's not my favorite.
No,
but the 3 original ones are good, but the first one is...
I think the first one is my favorite, and then the second one, even though that one's not accurate at all, but it's still amusing. And then I got mad at the third one for recasting Evelyn.
Fair enough.
But my favorite character out of the third movie is definitely Geraldine, which is the cow that Jonathan, or technically a yak, that Jonathan buys and brings along in the plane.
I remember that, yeah.
Oh, Jonathan, he's so funny.
That's nice.
Yeah, like why would you buy a yak?
I mean, why not?
I guess that's what Jonathan thought.
Exactly.
Hammer Horror Mummy. I don't know what Hammer Horror Mummy is.
I mean, is that the actual name of the movie?
It's apparently a version out of 1959.
1959. Wow.
It's actually called Hammer Horror Mummy.
No, I'm trying to figure out why it's called Hammer Horror Mummy. It's also just called The Mummy, but then from 1959. And it features Christopher Lee, who was Saruman in The Lord of the Rings, and obviously he was in a bunch of other stuff since the guy was like nearly 100 when he died. And he could trace his ancestry back to Charlemagne for, credits. And he also recorded a metal album when he was like 90.
He's such a wild person.
Yeah.
The more I learn about him, the more wild it is. So it's called The Mummy, and the studio is Hammer Horror.
It makes more sense.
I was like, that's an interesting name. I've never seen that one.
Same. I always get stuck on the 90s one with what's he called? Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz.
if you like that, there was a good book by Anne Rice. I think it's called Ramesses the Damned, and I remember reading that in high school and thinking that it reminded me a little bit of The Mummy.
Because adding to TBR.
Yeah, The Mummy, or it's called The Mummy or Ramesses the Damned. And I actually really enjoyed that one, and I read it in high school. She's very detailed, but like it was a fun ride.
Nice. Adding to TBR.
Apparently, she wrote 2 other ones for that. The Passion of Cleopatra. Interesting. I only read the first one, but honestly, I felt like it was a standalone. So
I already love how, Ramesses the Damned and then the Passion of Cleopatra, how that is literally almost 2,000 years apart. Because Ramesses lived in like 1800 BC and Cleopatra around, I don't know, 0.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anne Rice, have you watched the interview with the vampire?
I just recently watched that again.
I don't think I've ever watched that one fully, but when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Queen of the Damned. I was like, this is like bisexual awakening number 2. Like, it was so it's really not good as a movie, but I loved it.
Yeah, back when I was 12, I didn't pick up on like all the gay energy in Interview with the Vampire, but when I just recently watched it,
Oh, Anne Rice has like gay scenes almost throughout like all of her books. I was reading like this stuff in high school, and I'm like, cool.
Nice.
Nice. Should we go again or 45 minutes?
Yep, works for me.
I think I will somewhere during the sprint pop off, so I'm going to say good night to everyone.
Bye.
No worries. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Of course. We can chat about when we're gonna do the live show, because I feel like we're all busy in December.
Boyfriend says goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, boyfriend.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like the 3rd of December at this point is probably looking most likely for the live show if everyone.
Yeah. So I will be in India, but I think it's okay. Just need to figure out the time zones.
Yeah, I should be able to do that.
I think it would be in the morning for you. I don't think there's that much of a time difference between India and here.
No, I don't mean too crazy. Maybe like
5
3 hours.
We'll figure it out and let y'all know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop. Hello.
Hello.
How's reading going?
Good. I went from page 40 to 70, so I got some more done.
Nice. I read 42, so I'm page 216.
Nice.
Oh, that's good. It is a little like, I'm like, I hope it's not exactly how I thought it would be, because I was like, I knew it. Plot twist. I was like, was it though? But I still got like 100 pages left, so I'm like, it must be something else going on.
I got to page 110 of The Haunting of Evelyn Jones.
Nice.
It's a middle grade, and there's not a lot of text on one page, so
Nice. Then we gotta finish it one sitting, basically.
Yeah, like the past 2 sprints I've been playing like a game I have on my iPad and then reading for the other half of the sprint, so I could probably, if I read the entire next sprint, if we're doing a next sprint, I can probably finish the entire thing.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
That's good. Is it a series?
It's the first in a trilogy, but I think they're all about the same character, but I'm not sure if it's like 3 separate stories, if that makes sense. Or if it's just, like a single story arc divided into 3. I'm not sure.
Makes sense.
It's nice and creepy though.
That's good.
But I mean, I just personally have a thing with ghosts that.
Is it like a middle grade horror?
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine if you're like 10 and this would be pretty scary.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I mean, for me, it's just a bit creepy and unnerving, basically, because it's about ghosts, and I don't really like stories about. It's weird because I like stories about ghosts, but I don't like stories about ghosts.
Gotcha. I mean, that's the best horrors, like the things that freak you out the most, because then you're actually like scared.
Exactly, but then I'm in bed at night and I'm like, crap. No, I had this thing. I don't even remember which movie it was, but I didn't look in the mirror at night for like over a year.
Me too. I think I know which one you're talking about.
I think it was Sinister.
Oh, I watched this movie where like things came out of mirrors, and like if you looked in the mirror, they like the ghost got you or whatever. So I remember like watching, like my dad was watching that on the TV, I think, and I was like small, so I just like went down, watched a couple scenes, and then like couldn't look in the mirror for ages.
Yeah. I have this thing with horror movies in general. Like, curiosity always gets the best of me, but then I always regret it for like the next 3 to 4 months at least.
Yeah. I like horror books because then it's just my imagination, but like movies freak me out.
Depends, because like I can do Saw, no problem. I don't mind people being torn limb from limb and blood and guts and all that. It sounds terrible to say, but I'm fine with that. But like ghosts and like paranormal shit, it's like because like I can't explain that shit. Like there's no reason why it couldn't be real per se. And it's like that's the bit that gets me. And I mean, I know in theory stuff like Saw could be real, but I don't know. It just doesn't really. I guess I've become desensitized to it in the sense that every single crime scene show or anything is just violent and bloody and all that.
That makes sense. I'm similar. I don't mind slashers so much, like gore, but yeah, I hate ghosts. I'm scared.
Yeah, but I like ghosts, but I hate ghosts.
Gosh. I'm like, it's interesting in theory. So tell me the story of the like. I love finding out the plot of the movie. I just don't like watching the gross things.
No, I had that with the movie Grave Encounters. I watched the trailer for that, and I think I had like nightmares for 2 weeks. Just the trailer. And then I just after like a couple months, I was like, but what if it is actually a fun movie? So I decided to watch the entire thing, and it was not a good idea. And then the best thing is that we also decided to watch the second one.
You're a masochist.
Yeah, the second one wasn't as bad. The second one felt less realistic, I guess. It just felt more ridiculous.
Yeah.
Whereas the first one, I don't know, I found it really, really creepy.
Nice. Well, it's almost season for Christmas movies. So what's your favorite Christmas movie now that we're off horror movies?
I don't do Christmas movies.
Really? You don't like any?
Harry Potter is my Christmas movie. Basically. Yeah, no, I'm on the one hand, I would definitely call myself the Grinch, but on the other hand, like, I like having the tree up and, you know, having candles and decorations and all that, but I hate Christmas music and I hate Christmas movies and just, like, no.
I don't know. What about you, Kira?
The Grinch.
The Grinch.
Yes. Old cartoon and, like, the original cartoon and the Jim Carrey version. I haven't watched the new CGI version. I've heard mixed reviews about that one, so I'm kind of like, I don't know. Maybe I'll stick to the OGs.
Nice. I think for me, The Holiday. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's the one with like, Cameron Diaz, Kate Winslet. I love it.
Oh man!
Half the reason why I moved to the UK, I just wanted to have a house like that she did, but that's not the house I have. I live in London, so I can't afford a house.
No, yeah.
Man, it's so cold.
I'm okay right now, but like, I think I'm not sure what the temperature is outside right now, but like this past week, it's been super cold. It's been like 2-3 degrees Celsius.
Well, my mom sent me photos and it already snowed in Poland, and that's very bizarre for November. So I was like,
so just for Kira, like 2 degrees Celsius is like 35 Fahrenheit. So pretty cold. Near freezing. But yeah. Oh, I see AWOL commenting Home Alone. Home Alone is a movie, like the first and the second ones, they are ones that I enjoy. But not per se because of Christmas.
Oh, so there's that movie Spirited on Apple Plus with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. And I'm not usually a huge Will Ferrell fan, but that was actually a really good Christmas movie.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's good.
Is it kind of newer?
Yeah, they came out with it last year. Wait, was it Will Ferrell or was it Hugh Jackman? No, I think it was Will Ferrell. I think it was definitely Will Ferrell. I think of Hugh Jackman, I don't know why. But yeah, so basically there's this organization of people like that do like, you know, the Christmas Carol, like ghosts, and they all pick somebody, like there's a group of them, like they each pick somebody like to do the Christmas Carol on, and they pick a person to do the Christmas Carol on, which is, in this case, it is Ryan Reynolds' character. So it's pretty good. Like, it's a fun movie, and it's definitely like one of my favorites. That, and I mean, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Will Ferrell, but I do love Elf too. And what Ewald said, Muppet Christmas Carol, that one's good. I have a few favorite Christmas movies that I like, but overall, like the Hallmark, I'm not into all that.
No. I tried watching that new Lindsay Lohan movie when it came out. So I was like, my boyfriend's house, we're like, his family house, and we were like, oh, what Christmas movie should we watch? And it was actually so bad, like actively so bad, and the acting was so bad. And I was like, Lindsay Lohan used to be a good actor. I don't understand what's happening. Yeah. So yeah, Hallmark's not my vibe, but I do love a good, like, I don't know, Love Hard. It was pretty cute.
I guess for me, like, Christmas movies are like movies that have something Christmassy in them, but not per se about Christmas, you know, like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Also Night at the Museum.
That's so cute.
Also, which one was I thinking about just now? My brain. I had another one, but I don't remember which one it was. Just, in general, just like movies that may have some Christmas in them, but aren't per se entirely focused on Christmas.
Right.
I think these are some. It's like Die Hard. Some people say it's Christmas movie. I don't actually think I've ever seen Die Hard, but
yeah, I watched Violent Night not too long ago, and that was kind of interesting. Like Santa gets caught up like in a kidnapping, like a family was kidnapped, and it's the guy from Stranger Things that plays Santa Claus. I'm trying to remember what his name is, but it wasn't half bad, but I mean, I wouldn't watch it again.
Yeah, I love like Eurovision. I think it's another Will Ferrell movie. I don't think it's per se a Christmassy movie, but because they're in Iceland, it feels cold. So in my head, it's a Christmassy movie.
I do like that one.
It's such a good movie.
I still have to watch Krampus. Oh yeah, did you guys hear like that they're coming out with a horror film called The Mean One? Actually, they did it last year. It was from last year. It's called The Mean One. It's a horror film, but it's with the Grinch.
No. Wow, that would be terrifying because the Grinch movie looks a bit weird.
Yeah. Apparently, it's available to rent or buy on Prime Video.
Wow.
It's called The Mean One.
Damn. I don't know. Did you guys want to do another sprint or no? Because I am a bit tired, I will say.
Yeah, me too. But it's 6:45 where I am, so I'm not going to bed anytime soon.
That's true.
I'm up for another sprint if you are.
Should we do one more?
Sure. Yeah.
And I also remembered what the other movie is that I tend to watch during Christmas time. That's Mean Girls.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that's not really like a Christmas movie, but...
I guess there is a bit of it that happens during Christmas because some of it is like in the summer, right? Because it's like the whole school year.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's the extent of my Christmas movies.
Have you seen the trailer for the new Mean Girls musical? There's a movie coming out.
I think I've seen the trailer, but I'm really against all this remaking of these movies that came out during my childhood, basically.
Yeah, so they made a musical based on Mean Girls, and now they're making a film based on the musical based on the film of Mean Girls. So, but they didn't include any of the songs in the trailer. So, like, if you didn't know it's a musical, you would have no clue. And it looks a little bit like a parody of the Mean Girls movie. I'm not gonna lie, like one of those SNL sketches. But like, I'm gonna go see it. But it looks questionable, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah. I will say the one remake that I am a fan of, that I am like pro remake is like the Avatar: The Last Airbender series one they're making now.
Yeah, and Percy Jackson, I'm so excited. Like if they did it badly the first time, it's okay. But if they did it so well first time, then I'm like, don't remake it.
To be fair, I think the movies, the Percy Jackson ones, they were enjoyable. I mean,
they were fun, but not accurate. You know?
No, I mean, just look at them entirely separate from.
I mean, that was the beginning of my love for Logan Lerman, so like, I'm not complaining. I loved it, but I can see how it wasn't the most faithful adaptation.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like it was a terrible adaptation, but the movie itself was fun.
I agree.
I think there's more instances of that, like if you look at them entirely separately from the source material, they're, I don't want to say good, but they're like fun to watch at least. But yeah. Like Avatar
wasn't even good.
Was not.
In any way. I'm really excited. The trailer came out, I think, or like a teaser trailer.
Yeah. I still remember being in cinemas. It was one of the first times I ever went to like a 3D movie, and the Earthbenders doing all the whooshing, and just to see like three rocks the size of this just flying past. It was so underwhelming.
That's hilarious. I still remember seeing that being like, that's a lot of work just to move 3 boulders, not even big ones.
Yeah, just to see them, like, I don't know, with the 5 of them putting in all that effort only to see like 3 tiny rocks flying past. I was like, I would have expected to see like, I don't know, a chunk of like 2 tons flying past or something. I don't know.
True. Or some kind of like maneuver assault kind of thing.
Yeah, but not just 3 rocks flying past.
Yeah, that's funny.
It was very underwhelming.
Go on now.
Talking about animal companions, Appa and Momo.
Oh, Appa. Momo's okay.
Yeah, I still get upset when watching like Appa's Lost Days.
Yeah.
That broke me. I watched that. I was like, I think I'm traumatized now.
It's not even, I think. It's just like, I am traumatized now.
Yeah. Oh, Avatar is so good. If this adaptation is not good, I'm just gonna rewatch the original. Pretend nothing happened.
Yeah. The one thing I'm kind of like mad about is that Sutara was not a thing. Because
really
Aang and Katara, I'm sorry, but no.
Yeah, it felt very platonic, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
they had the potential to have the most iconic enemies to lovers in like.
Right. I mean, fire and water and enemies and opposites. It's like, come on. I'm still mad about
like it only would require small tweaks because it's like all set up. So I'm like, oh, it's always like I feel like they were setting up for this. I'm confused.
Yeah. It was kind of like the what were the short books that we were reading that we decided nope on? The Armored Saint.
Yeah.
Where halfway through the book he just decided to take a hard right from where it looked to be going. I kind of feel like it just.
And a part of me still like wants to finish that trilogy because like I read the first 2, but the other part's just like there's so many other things I want to read.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, controversial. I felt more May and Zuko don't care for enemies to lovers.
I like May.
I hate them, but yeah.
I like May. I think it was fine in that sense, but I'm more mad about the Aang Katara thing than I am about the Zuko May thing.
Yeah.
They could have just been friends. But then I guess the whole repopulation of the Earth, no, not the Earth, the Airbenders didn't really work out if, you know.
Yeah. Besides, Aang had a thing for her like from the very beginning. He always found her attractive.
Yeah, but then again, he was 12.
Yeah. What was she like? Maybe like a 4-year difference? I got a feeling.
I think she was 14, and then Zuko and Sokka were like 16.
Okay.
So, I mean, the difference isn't that big, but still.
Yeah.
He felt very young compared to her.
Well,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm just forgetting that he was in the iceberg for 100 years. Because
I mean,
that was just suspended animation. He didn't really live his life or anything, and or you know, have experience. So, but we should probably go into another sprint before we go down in this rabbit hole.
Yeah, let me pull it up. All right. Let's go.
See you in a little bit.
Yeah. I'll freeze to death, but
And you read quick, please.
it's not about me reading. There's a timer.
Oh, but you mean there's 50 moments of reading and then you have to talk about that?
We're not discussing, so I can say I need to go.
Just to let you know, Gabby, you turned your mic on.
Sorry. Talking about dinner. Hello. Hi, Lula.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How's it going? How did it go?
I read like another 30-something pages, so just
Same.
over 100 pages in it now.
Nice. Yeah, same. I'm like 252 in, so not too far from the end.
I read another quarter of the book, so I have 3 more chapters to go.
Nice.
Nice. What about you, Kira?
About 30-something pages.
Nice. Oh, sorry, you did say. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
I went to bed at 4 a.m. and I woke up at 9 and I'm like in a haze.
That's 4 hours, so yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm like tired.
Yeah.
Shine 8 minutes to the end, so there's tidying my desk. Nice.
But at least your desk is tidied.
Exactly.
I was going to wake up early this morning to watch the Las Vegas Grand Prix from Formula One.
Mhm.
But then I was like, nah, I don't feel like this. So I just turned around and continued sleeping, and I just watched the last 10 laps.
Nice. What time did it start for you?
7 a.m.
Oh, that's early on a Sunday.
Yeah, and it's a bit weird because usually the American Grand Prix, they are like held at like, I don't know, on Sunday at like 2 p.m. their time, so that means usually like 8 p.m. our time.
Mm-hmm.
But because this is Pacific time and they wanted a night race, the only solution was to do it like on a Saturday, which is very unusual because usually Grand Prix on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like 10 p.m. Saturday evening Las Vegas time.
Wow.
So that turned out to be like 7 a.m. our time.
Fair enough. That's
So
early.
it was a bit confusing, but I was like, nah, I don't feel like getting up early for this. I missed quite a bit. It was supposed to have been a very fun race to watch.
Oh, that's a shame. But you can always watch the rerun if you care.
Yeah, but I'm not going to rewatch it.
Fair enough. 10 pages left. Good
Nice.
job. You can definitely finish it today. I will say I have dinner waiting for me, so I can't stay much longer.
That's okay.
But it was so nice hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see each other hopefully in about 2 weeks
Yeah,
for the
probably.
discussion.
Yes. About that.
Awesome. Thank you
Well,
to everyone who watched and hang out with us. Hopefully you made some real progress.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna end the stream. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.